How many women must be randomly selected to estimate the mean weight of women in one age group? We want 90% confidence that the sample mean is within 3.7 pounds of the population mean, and the population standard deviation is known to be 28 pounds. So this is about figuring out the sample size n. And you want to know you want to estimate the mean with the margin of error as 3.7. Okay? That's how you should read this, is that the sample mean is within 3.7 pounds of the population mean, means that the difference between the sample mean, which is approximation to the population mean, is less than 3.7. So that's the margin of error. Now recall the formula for the margin of error, which is E equals to Z alpha over 2 times sigma over square root of n. And you can see that because 90% is given, 90% confidence level means that alpha value is 1 minus 0.90, which is 0.10, and that can give you the critical value Z alpha over 2 by using a calculator. Let's see, you can do a second vars and go to the inverse norm as 1 minus 0.10 divided by 2. That's how you plug it into the inverse norm to get the critical value. It's 1 minus alpha over 2. That's the formula to use, and then you get this 1.645 as the value for Z alpha over 2. Okay, 1.645. And then sigma is given as 28, E is given, so that actually means that you just have to solve this equation for n, right? So let's do that. First, multiply the square root n to this way. Well, you have two options. You can either plug in all the values that you've got and then solve for n, or you can solve this symbolically first and then plug in all the values. Usually when it comes to solving, it's easier to just do it symbolically and then plug in. So let's do that first. So I'm going to multiply square root of n both sides. See, if I multiply square root of n here and square root of n, square root of n will cancel out, and you're only going to get Z alpha over 2 times the sigma. On the left side, it will be square root of n times E. And then you divide by E, because after all, we are trying to isolate n, right? So Z alpha over 2 times sigma, and then divide by E. And finally, to get rid of the square root, you have to square both sides, and we get the following formula. This squared. And now we're ready to plug in everything. So we need 1.645 times the standard deviation. This is the value of sigma, right? So we have 28, and you divide it by the value of E, which is 3.7, and you have to square this thing. Okay, so let's put all of these into the calculator. Okay, so first parenthesis, because we need to square the entire thing. 1.645 times 28 divided by 3.7, and now close the parenthesis and you square it, and then you enter, and that's 154.96. so you get the value 154.96, and any decimal value you have, you always have to round up. So you round up to give you 155. So that's the answer. So answer will be, you need 155 women at least in order to have a sample that will give you a standard margin of error less than 3.7 given the 90% confidence level.